All right. Welcome, guys. I'm super excited. This is Peter Vuk, founder of the prestigious Game Changers Academy. And I'm excited for this call, but I want to thank you for tuning into our monthly Millionaire video series where we interview the world's most elite and successful entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, entertainers, and game changers, and people that I have a lot of respect for, and people that are making a big difference, not just in their industries, but in the world as well. So obviously you've been recognized as one of the highest performing, not just agents, but real estate tycoons in a sense. You're star of the A&E show Triple Digit Flip. He's also known as the creative finance guy. He's done millions and millions and millions in deals and also impacted millions of people as well. He's been featured in almost every major platform. And one of the reasons that we connected right away was because of his passion for impacting and inspiring people. He has a very, very loyal fan base. 8+ million YouTube views, 4,000 students, 1,000+ creative deals. So whether you're interested in real estate as a side hustle or to build generational wealth, Pace has the solutions to help you. And obviously a lot of people that I know in the real estate game build you up as well. And that's one of the greatest compliments is when other people say, hey, this dude is the real deal. So respect to you, man. Thanks for making this happen.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the conversations we've been having behind the scenes and the new relationship that we've created. Super excited about it, guys. I'm grateful to be here again. My name is Pace. Yes, I am on a TV show, and yes, it's on Hulu and all those kind of things. But really, that's probably the most boring thing that I'm into. Real estate is crazy, guys. Real estate is absolutely crazy. And while my crypto world and my holdings and all that kind of stuff there have done great, really where I've made the majority of my wealth, it has been in real estate. And I want to show you guys a couple of things that I've done. I want to show you some houses that I've recently purchased. I'm actually doing a project with Peter that is going to be literally nobody else has ever done this before, at least as far as I'm aware of. And I always want to be the cutting edge on anything that I'm doing. So in real estate, where my claim to fame in real estate is that I'm known as the creative guy. And what does that mean? Now, when you guys go to buy a house, most people are scared to buy a house. Why, guys? Throw in the chat. Like, why would most people be afraid to buy a house? What are the things holding people up from buying a house? It doesn't matter if it's their personal house or an investment property. There you go. Ooh, scared to get ripped off. That's not one I get a lot. I like that. Cost, money, debt, credit, all that kind of stuff. I love that. Down payment, that's a huge one. Oh my gosh, that's so damn good, Oscar. I love that. What else, guys? Anything else? The market. Ooh, all right. So most people, when they look at a house, they're like, damn, that's like a big responsibility, especially younger people are like, dude, are you kidding me? I don't want that responsibility. That's like a thing that has repairs, maintenance, it has a bill attached to it because I got to go out and get a mortgage, right? All that kind of stuff. So it's crazy to me how I used to be. I was a contractor for a long time, meaning I used to build houses, and my dad's a painter and all that kind of stuff. That's how I started out in my game in my 20s. Is I learned how to build houses by being the grunt, right? The guy that was doing all the hard work, getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, staying till 7, 8 o'clock at night, and making $15 an hour working on a job site. And here I am thinking like, oh man, I'll never be able to own a house. Guys, I get houses for free now. Okay, I get houses for free, and I'm going to show you guys a handful of examples, addresses, proof, all that kind of fun stuff while I'm presenting tonight. Okay, not tonight, but today, depending on where you're at. So I've got houses I've never given a down payment on, houses I didn't use my credit on, houses that I didn't have to use any money at all, like not even somebody else's money, but I didn't have to use any money at all. Okay. Adrian Potts says, but honestly, as a GC, I've been changing my perspective to make enough so I don't have to worry about that piece of it. What does GC mean? Is that your guys' crew?
Game changer, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
See what she said earlier.
As a game changer, I love that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go through a couple of addresses, couple of examples, and why people call me the creative finance guy. Okay, there's two strategies that I typically utilize, and these strategies, one of them you've never heard of before, maybe a second one you have. The first one is called subject to. Okay, subject to means I'm going to buy somebody's house subject to their existing mortgage. And I'll get into what that means here in a minute. The second strategy is seller finance. Okay, so here's how I figured out what seller finance was. Okay, this is an interesting quick story before I get into a couple of examples. I was a contractor, like I mentioned earlier, for years and years, and I had this Ford F-150. Anybody not know what a Ford F-150 is? I had a Ford F-150 that hit 320,000 miles and it was starting to have issues with the truck. So I decided, you know what, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go sell this truck because it's starting to have more issues than what it's worth. And I go to Kelley Blue Book. All right. I go to Kelley Blue Book and Kelley Blue Book says my truck is worth $5,000. So I'm like, dude, I'm not going to sell my truck for $5,000. This truck's made me so much effing money. I'm going to belligerently put this on the market for $10,000. Okay. So I put it on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, all that kind of stuff for $10,000. Guys, do you think I sold my F-150 for $10,000 by just simply thinking I can sell it for $10,000? Nope. Literally 3 months goes by. I don't get a single call, a text message, nothing. So my wife comes out and she goes, yo, this truck has been in the driveway. Are you going to sell this thing or not? Okay. I go, what do you want me to do? And my wife says, why don't you sell your truck on payments? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's genius. Because she knew if I put my truck on Craigslist for $5,000, do you think, guys, you even think I would get my truck sold for $5,000? No, somebody would come to me and go, yo, I got 3,200 cash. I'll put it in your hand right now.
Not somebody,
so
$30,000.
$5,000.
Everybody.
Oh, look, you got Tasha. Tasha goes, I love Laura. So some people in here already know who I am. This is great. You got a couple of my students in here, which is awesome.
Oh, I posted Pace. I posted in multiple platforms, and this is just for certain holders. We didn't open it up to the public. And a lot of people knew you. So I already knew you, and you've been vetted by a lot of people I respect that are big in the industry. So you're the real deal, but everyone already knew you. So you're famous, bro.
Amazing. This is great. Some of my people are in here. I love this.
Yeah.
So my wife comes to me. She's like, yo, idiot, why don't you put the truck on the market and just say that you'll take payments for it? And I was like, oh my gosh, that's genius. Oh, Tasha says she cheered with my wife in junior high.
What? I didn't know that.
That's so crazy. Tasha must be, are you in Arizona, Tasha?
She is.
Amazing. Okay. So
what are the
I
odds?
take my truck, I go back to my Craigslist listing and I change one thing. I literally changed one thing. And the thing I changed was F-150 will take payments. So guys, do you think I sold that truck now for $10,000 because I was willing to accept payments?
Wow. Yep.
Okay. I didn't just sell that truck for $10,000. I sold that truck for $12,500. And why is that? It's because I gave the buyer the value of affordability, their ability to make payments to something. Now somebody goes, why would that guy's an idiot? His name's Juan, by the way. Sold the guy to a guy named Juan. Why would Juan pay literally 2.5 times what that truck was actually worth? Well, because I gave him terms. I gave him, it wasn't the price he was concerned about. It was his ability to afford it and then turn around and turn that into something of value for himself and his family. So he took my truck and he went out and started a painting company, started making $6,000, $7,000 a month on a side hustle. And he didn't have to use any credit and he didn't have to use a big old down payment or any of that kind of stuff to go out and get a truck. So his payment to me was $350 a month and he went out and made $6,500. So did he overpay for that truck? No. He got more value out of that truck. Okay. He got more value out of that truck than what he paid for, in my opinion. Okay. So guys, this is how I buy houses. I buy a lot of houses this exact way. I go to sellers and I go, yo, give me financing on this. You name your price. And as long as you give me a really low down payment, or in a lot of situations, 0 down payment, I'll buy your house. Now, for people in here that are not in the real estate game, what am I doing with these houses once I buy them, right? Juan took my truck, bought it on seller finance. He turned around and he put it into his own fleet and started making money, right? So what do? I rent. I have a couple hundred rentals, but rentals don't bring me my largest return. What do I typically get in my largest monthly return on my houses? Airbnb. There you go. Airbnb is one of the greatest cash flowing situations ever, right? So check this out. I'll give you guys a little bit of it. Like right now, I've got one of my one of my wallets, my Coinbase account. I put 100 grand into it a year ago, right? And I primarily bought Bitcoin, Ethereum, handful of things that like all the knuckleheads like me that are like just learning the game buy, right? And guys, how much money do you think I have in that Coinbase account a year later? What do you guys think? Am I up? Am I down? Am I sideways? Did Bitcoin and Ethereum 5x, Randall? Not really.
I'd say
basically up
130,
like,
120.
right. I'm up about 17 grand in a year. Okay. 17 grand in a year. Here's what I love about real estate. Okay. You guys gave me the ability to share my screen, right?
Let me hold on.
All right. Sorry. My laptop might move a little bit. So let's,
You're good.
apologize for that, guys. Give me a second. I'm going to pull up an address. I'm going to show you a house I bought literally a year and like a month ago. Okay. And I'm going to kind of break down where I got the deal, how much money I put down, all that kind of stuff so that you guys can understand kind of why I'm so bullish on real estate and always will be, and how I buy properties and how you guys also can buy properties similar. There we go.
Yeah, you should be good to share. Yeah, as you
Right,
see,
so check
guys,
it
we're
out.
getting straight to the value right here as well. I told Pace, like, we have action takers, so we're just getting straight to the value.
So look at this. When did I buy this house?
Geez,
I bought it roughly a year ago, right? Kind of the same time I put money into crypto. Now I have multiple other accounts, right? And I have NFTs and I have other things that have gotten me money in return. But check this out. I bought this house on terms, which means I didn't have to use any of my own cash. I didn't use any credit. Nobody pulled my credit. And I didn't have to show job history, credit history. I didn't have to show my bank account. I literally didn't have to show a single piece of credentials to buy this house. Okay. I bought it for $465, which at the time was full retail. How much money did I make on this one house this year, guys? How much money did I make? Do the math. How much money did I make on this house? You guys look at the screen, you'll see it. I made $260,000.
Plus everything.
Plus, here's a couple things you guys don't understand. There's 5 reasons why people buy real estate. There's 5 reasons, okay? The first reason why people buy real estate is cash flow. Write that down. It's the number 1 reason to buy this property. So I went to the seller, her name is June, and I said, hey, June, I see you have your house listed on the market. I would love to pay your full asking price, not use an agent, as long as you would let me buy your house on terms, which means I'm Juan in this situation, buying Pace's truck on payments. Does that make sense, everybody? So June says, absolutely, all day long. I did not give her a down payment on this house. I did not give her a down payment on this house. So Adrian Potts says seller financing equals rent to own. I'll get to that in a little bit. They are not the same, not even closely related things. And I would love to tell you the difference. Okay. Great question though, by the way, Adrian. So I give the seller $0 down. I buy it for $465. Did I have to use did anybody pull my credit? Did anybody look at my tax returns? Did anybody look at my job history and call my bank and look at my bank account and like see if I had any money? Literally none of that. None of that. So when people are out there saying, man, I'm afraid to buy a house. So here's the cool thing. 5 reasons why people buy real estate, right? 5 reasons. Number 1, cash flow. This property is currently an Airbnb and it brings in about $13,000 a month in income. And after my payment to the seller, right? She's no longer the owner. I'm the owner. She's now my bank. I make a payment to her. I have utilities, cleaning, a little bit of repairs, blah, 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 blah. This house nets me $6,800 a month, $6,800. Guys, I could go through literally hundreds of these examples. I'll go through as many as you want. Okay.
That's 95,000 extra on top of the 260K.
95 grand.
355 grand profit in a year from something you didn't put any money down on.
Right. So Peter, I got $95,000 in cash flow over the last year. Right. The second reason why people buy properties. Okay. The second reason people buy properties is appreciation. Right. So the value of the properties over time, houses will always 100% without a doubt. I could guarantee my left pinky that a house is going to go up over time. Even if we have a market dip, left, right, or center, real estate has proven for 1,000+ years to always go up in value.
And Pace, real quick, I want to jump in here because you're so right. We've bought in quite a bit of houses the past 10, 12 years, and there has been some that we've sold. And every single house we have ever got rid of, ever, I regret it because it's up twice or more than 2 or 3x in the last 10. Same thing with me, every single one.
Because our TV show is a fixing flipping show, right? So on the TV show, we fix and flip houses. And every time we sell a house to a family, I'm like, why the hell? Keep this, put it in the portfolio, dude. I just want to hold everything. You know what I'm saying? And as long as it's cash flowing, you can hold it forever. So like, why would you ever sell this house? And I'll tell you a couple other reasons why people buy real estate. So number one is cash flow. Number two is appreciation. So Peter, what's my combined growth on this one house? You said 301?
365, I think 370.
$365,000 in 1 year on one house that I use zero of my own credit, zero cash of my own, no credentials, whatever. Okay. The third reason why people buy real estate is something that's very magical. And a lot of people don't know what it is. It's called depreciation. Okay. So depreciation is the reward. Listen to this. Depreciation is the reward that the IRS gives you because you hold property. It's a reward. It's a tax deduction. So let's do some math, okay? Let's do some math. I'll give you guys some. Did anybody pay taxes this year? Peter, you pay taxes this year?
Yes.
Okay, I made millions and millions of dollars. How much taxes do you think I paid?
Not much.
I paid $0 in taxes, and I also got a refund. Okay, that's the power of holding real estate. So here's what happens. The IRS gives you a reward. It's called depreciation. And let's do some math. Pull out your guys' phones, pull out a calculator. Let's do some math. I'll tell you guys exactly how to calculate this exact thing. Okay, Jewel says, teach me the game. I am teaching you, Jewel. I'm letting you know that there's a light brighter than anything you've ever seen. Hi, Hillary. Okay, so here's how you calculate depreciation. Let's take that 465 purchase price. Okay. 465 purchase price. I want you to divide that by 27.5 years, 27.5. So 465 divided by 27.5. Everybody but Peter, tell me the answer in the side chat. Okay. Tell me the answer in the side chat. Okay. So $16,909. Check this out. The IRS will give me a $16,909 reward every year for 27.5 years. Why is it 27.5 years? I have no idea. Nobody knows why they do this, but they do it. For 27.5 years, I will get a tax credit of $16,900. So that means I could go buy an NFT, flip it, buy another NFT, flip it, make $16,909 on those flips on my NFTs. And guess how much money in taxes I will pay on that $16,900 gain on my NFTs? $0. My real estate wipes out all my income on all my businesses, all my gains, all my other income sources get wiped out and are not susceptible to taxes because of this magical reward the IRS gives me called depreciation. Why? The reason why the IRS, this is, by the way, this is not a loophole. It's written in the tax code. It's always been here. Okay. So when you guys hear people talk shit about Trump, you can hate on Trump all you want. I even hate Trump in so many different ways, but you know what? He's smart. He owns real estate. People talk shit about Trump and they go, oh, he didn't pay taxes. Good.
Yeah.
Why do I want to pay taxes to somebody who mismanages my money? Guys, I pay taxes. Here's the difference. I pay property taxes. I pay consumption tax. I pay employment tax. But the one tax I will never pay in my life is income tax. And the reason why is because I utilize the IRS code that's a reward. Okay. So Caleb Vincent says, I got depreciation on my property this month, yet my property appreciated. So forget about the word depreciation. This is why I call it the IRS reward. Forget about it being called depreciation because there's two descriptions of depreciation. The description of depreciation that you're thinking about, Caleb, is a loss in value. Okay. The IRS calls this reward that they give you every year for owning the house? Depreciation. And it confuses everybody. So they're two completely different things. Okay. So forget that it's called depreciation. Let's just call it the IRS's tax reward. Are you okay with that? Can we just call it the tax reward from the IRS? Okay. Tasha says, thanks for the clarification. No problem. That's what my job is. I'm happy to do this. So here's the cool thing. You guys ready to melt your freaking minds? I can take 7 years of that tax reward up front. So let's take that $16,909 and let's multiply that by 7 years. Okay. What is that number? 16,909 multiplied by 7. So guys, I can go make $118,000 without any of that money being susceptible to paying any income tax because I bought this property this year. So think about that. People go out there, they make money on their e-com stores, they make money in NFTs, crypto gains, all that kind of stuff. And you guys are getting your asses handed to you on your taxes because you're not utilizing the rewards that the IRS will give you. Okay. So cash flow is number one. The value of the property goes up in value, right? That's number two. The rewards of taxes is number three. Now, number four, here is something that is ultra powerful. Check this out. It's called, you guys ever hear people say stuff like, you're not making money until you make money in your sleep? Okay, you guys ever hear that? Yeah, Susie says, I would assume most people don't know this. Yes, if your CPA doesn't know about depreciation, they're not a CPA. Okay, fire them immediately and tell them to go back to school.
We have talked about this many times, guys, on a lot of calls. You have to find CPAs and tax people that understand entrepreneurship and understand real estate. If you go to a traditional
what a great way to lay that out. You have to find
money.
CPAs that understand entrepreneurship. That is genius.
Yep.
Okay. Do you guys have do you have companies that you promote to people to let them know? Because I have companies.
Everyone's all over the world, but yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be a cool resource. Me and you can talk after the call to figure out something.
Okay, cool. I'll set you up with that. That's really, your people will love them. Does any of my students know who I'm talking about? My student, yeah, there you go. PCS. I'll connect you with PCS so you understand and your people can find out who they are. Amazing. Okay. Tiff says, drop the alpha on the tax peeps.
You know what alpha means?
Cool.
You know what alpha means yet?
I mean, no, drop the alpha. What does that mean?
Alpha is it's like the NFT talk. Drop the intel, drop the secret code, drop the hack, drop the sauce. That's alpha.
Oh, got it. Okay.
You're dropping alpha right now, by the way.
I love it. Okay, cool. So guys, I haven't even started. The most powerful part of all this are, in my opinion, are the last two. Now, you can retire and quit working for whoever you're working for with number one, right? Cash flow on one property, right? Appreciation, that's pretty dope. Tax benefits, amazing. The fourth one is where you make money while you sleep. Because what people are afraid of is like, oh, I'm afraid of incurring a debt, right? Because I went to June, the seller, and now I owe June. She's no longer the owner of the property. What is June now, guys? What is she? She's now my bank, right? So I make her a payment just like I would make a bank. Okay. So here's the cool thing with June. I owe her $465,000. But who's paying that $465,000 off for me? My Airbnb tenants. So I go and create debt and somebody else pays it off for me. It's free effing money for the rest of my life. That's called money while you sleep. We call that loan pay down. So the loan that I owe June is being paid down while I'm sleeping. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. Guess what, guys? Right now, I have hundreds of properties that right now other people are paying down my debt every single day. No matter what I'm doing. I can be traveling anywhere in the world. I could be doing whatever. This property right here on Sonnet Drive, I got hundreds and hundreds. I can go. You guys, here's what you guys do. You tell freaking Peter, let's have Pace come back here every couple of weeks, and I'll give you guys another example. Okay. I'll give you guys more in-depth, like you guys can do Q&A with me. I'll give you all the love. So the fifth thing, check this out. This is the dopest thing ever, guys. The fifth thing, and the fifth reason why real estate investors buy real estate is what? I'd be surprised if somebody guesses this unless it's one of my students. The fifth reason is called leverage. Okay, so what does that mean? How much leverage do I have on this property right now? I have 250,000, 200, what is that number? 260, essentially. Number 4 is pay down, loan pay down, right? Somebody else is paying down my loan. Money while you sleep, that's number 4. So the equity I have on this property right now is $260,000. So guess what I can do? I can go and get a refinance on this property, and I can pull that 265 out, still own the property, still cash flow, still get tax benefits, still have people paying down that debt for me. But the $265,000 I pull off of a refinance is tax free. It's not considered income. So I just brought in $265,000 in cash into my hands that I could literally go do anything with that money. I could buy NFTs. I could buy crypto. I could do whatever I want.
Share Pace real quick. Share why a lot of people don't do refinancing, right? Or they spend it on TVs and jet skis, which is fine, but they don't realize kind of the repercussions of not understanding where to put that money. So can you talk about the good and bad of refinancing? Because I think people get confused and there's a lot of myths out there.
Yeah. So here's the thing is I typically don't really use refinances.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because I don't need to. There's a lot of power there. I have a lot of income, right? In all of my businesses, I own virtual assistant businesses, and I own, title companies, escrow companies, and I have income coming in. So I don't need to go and leverage and pull that cash out to go buy stuff. I just have new money come in every month off of all my hundreds of properties that I go buy more properties with that, right? But some people, when you're just starting out, it's really smart to go, hey, you know what? I want to buy 4 more houses or 10 more houses. But think about like how many houses on seller finance you could buy if you had $260,000. Probably around 10 more houses. So a good refinance would be pull out your cash, go buy 10 more houses. The things that should be paying for your jet skis, your gym membership, your lingerie, whatever it is that you're out there buying, you crazy people. The money that should be paying for that is your cash flow, not your refinances. Your refinance should compound. And you get to a point where like, holy shit, I own $100 million in real estate because I compounded, right?
Did you guys catch that? I know a lot of middle-class families, a lot of people that I've grown up with, and just things that I've paid attention to, they will refinance and spend all the money on dumb stuff.
Almost boats, vacations.
And they think they're wealthy. And then they're like, they forget in 3 years, that's why they go bankrupt. That's why the house gets foreclosed on. People don't know how to think through the strategy of refinancing. So I just want to hit on that because I see it all the time.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So let's look at another property. So you guys saw on that one house, I've got $250,000 in equity on that one. Let's pull up another one.
Someone wants to know real quick. Nick asked, what type of portfolio or verifications do you need to get people to trust that you will pay the terms?
You guys go to my YouTube channel or talk to my students. You don't need any of that stuff. You just need to know exactly what to say. And I not only teach that, but I put it on my YouTube channel for free. And a lot of my students will help you. There's a handful of my students in here. So check this one out. This one's a pretty tasty one too. I bought this one a couple of years ago. This one's a little bit different, okay? This one's a little bit different. Why is this dollar amount so specific, right? I bought it for $372,788. Why is that dollar amount so specific, guys? It's because the seller owed $372,000 and I simply took over their mortgage. So I didn't qualify for their loan. Okay. I didn't go to the bank and say, hey, I'm taking over this debt or anything like that. Literally the ownership of this property is in my name. Okay. It's in my name, but the debt is still in the seller's name. This is a process called subject to. It's kind of like taking over somebody's car payment or taking over somebody's credit card payment or whatever else. I own this house. It's gone up. This one's another Airbnb. This one makes me not as much money. It makes me about $9,000 a month. And my net on this is probably around $4,000 a month, somewhere around there. But this seller, okay. Okay, Babs Forever said, I'll do some Q&A here in a minute. I'll go through the side chat because these are some really good questions. Thank you guys so much. You guys learned anything, by the way? Has this been good? You guys want Peter to have me come back? Tell Peter, bring Pace back. You guys know, I just did a 13-hour Q&A on my YouTube channel like 2 Fridays ago. I literally can spend 30, 40 hours talking about this without ever covering the same exact topic ever. Like I have so many examples, so many stories, so many.
Pace is a machine.
I am a machine. Will says, I hear your, bro, I'm so passionate about this. I look at all the money. Last year, just in appreciation, my net worth went up over a little over $11 million in net worth by doing nothing. Just the value of the properties going up. That doesn't include cash flow, tax benefits. That doesn't include the people paying down my mortgages, nothing. Just the appreciation, just the gain of value. And like Peter said, it pains us real estate investors to ever sell a house because we know this is a guaranteed 100% guaranteed way to build real wealth. Okay. So
my dad used to say, Pace, too, there will always be people needing a house, renters, vacations, Airbnb, always. It'll never change.
Never change. Never, ever, ever. Here's the thing, guys, go back to history. This is the cool thing. Same thing with you guys. Like if you guys are trading crypto, you guys are doing NFTs, like you can go back to the history of everything, right? Things have been documented in the real estate world since 1940. So 80 years of amazing data has been documented. And before that, it was documented for hundreds of years, but it was all done through paper ledgers and stuff like that. So less reliable. But super reliable data has been created since 1940. You can follow the trends. Real estate does not fall and just go away. Real estate might take a momentary pause like in 2008, 9, and 10. Guys, we've surpassed those numbers far beyond. And so all the people that sold in 2008, 2009, 2010 in that crash, they could have been cash flowing the entire time. They could have been paying down their mortgage the entire time. They could have been reaping in tax benefits and also building leverage, right? But instead, people go, oh my gosh, the market's crashing. Do you think if Bitcoin dips tomorrow, people that actually understand Bitcoin, do you think they're going to sell and just jump out? Or it's the people that are inexperienced that jump out?
100%, always.
Always.
A lot of fear. It's the fear-based people versus the abundant researchers that have due diligence.
Yes, there you go. All right, here's a couple good questions. Casey Boyle, using subject to, do you then Airbnb the property and pay the mortgage with the rent you make from the renters? Absolutely. Yes. 100%. Most of the houses that I own right now and I'm buying, and you want to see a cool one? I'm going to have an NFT own the house. I'm working with Peter right now on a potential project that's going to be so sick. But yeah, that's the game.
Don't share too much.
Oh, I don't. Okay, never mind. I won't go down that road. We'll tell you guys about it later. Caleb Vincent says, thank you. We appreciate the value of your time. Your time is something that you can't get back. Thank you. I'm literally skipping my lunch. There's like a TV crew out here. I'm skipping my lunch with the crew on our TV show to come in here and give this to you guys because here's the thing. I could shout this from the rooftops and 99.9% of people are not going to take it and create something with it. But this group of people does, because one, you have a great leader in Peter, and two, you guys are like information seekers, right? You want to change. You want to do some dope shit. So, okay, great. Elite Hanzo says, yeah, this is very helpful. My only concern is finding sellers to do this in the Canadian market. Houses are going over. Name one market in the world that's not going over asking. Name one market. Doesn't matter if it's Canada, Chicago, California, Arizona, every market. I'll show you some houses that I just purchased and I'll break this down for you. Okay. Oh, this is good. Let's see. Go ahead.
I'm trying to help people conceptualize how many years it takes people to figure out what you're sharing. And most people never figure it out. And this is such good information that is cutting your learning curve in half, guys. I'm telling you. And I was lucky to have mentors in the real estate game like Sperver and a lot of those people that have helped me early on. But this stuff is gold, guys. This is gold. This is a lot of stuff that some of the experts that I know that are mentors that I follow don't even do or know. This is some Pace VIP.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. This is why people put me on stage, is because I know this stuff, right? So hold on a second. I want to pull one up that I just closed on, and I actually want to show you that because it's such a great question. Trying to think what the address. I have so many stinking examples. Check this out. If I open up my Slack channel here, that's what I'll do. I'll open up my Slack channel. Hold on.
Talk about this while you're I know you have to finish up soon. What is the biggest with early investors, hungry young entrepreneurs? What's the biggest mistake you see over and over again that just kills people's wealth? Lack of patience.
Overthinking. The number one thing is overthinking, and not taking action. Okay, so I teach people. I go, the fastest way to success is make as many mistakes as possible and do it with your friends. Like same thing with crypto and all that kind of stuff. You just need to get your hands into it, right? I could talk all day long about creating a MetaMask, but not until you actually click on the buttons and do the thing do you have the physical memory and the muscle memory of what that even feels like. So what I see is people go, I want to be in real estate. I want to do this. I want to own these properties. And then they find themselves in like a YouTube world, just like constantly consuming. And then I see them at a seminar, they go, Pace, I've been trying to get into real estate for 2 years unsuccessfully. And I go, no, you haven't. You've been consuming content for 2 years. You haven't done shit. And they go, oh, yeah, you're right. I haven't done anything. What do you suggest I do? And I always tell people, I go, squad up. A community of other people that are successful or have the same mindset of going out and searching for these pieces of information is the first thing you need. You need a community of people that are not going to call you crazy. They're actually going to come to you and go, hey, how can I help you? Where are you stuck? Right? That's what you need. It sounds kind of hokey and cheesy, but that's the number one thing. The number two thing is stop thinking that you need to use your own cash, you need credit, and you need credentials to buy a house. You don't need any one of those three. I could go through example after example of example. And usually like I have my whole like board and my mouse and all that kind of stuff. And I'll go through and zip through things a lot faster. And I'll show you guys.
That was my objection. When I was 24, 25, I said, I don't know anybody. I don't have all this credit. But of course, when I got past my own limitations that I created on my own, by my own mind, people were like, no, you don't have to have that. So I bought my first house. So it's just like, you have to get over your own limitations and fact check them.
You have to have somebody grab you by the shoulder and go, Pace, this is possible. Let's go do it. It's one of the most important things ever. Let's see. I've got, this one's a really good one because I just closed on it a couple of days ago, and 1931 Willow Way. So many damn houses. Hold on a sec, guys.
Jacob wants to know, how many homeowners do you typically have to ask before you find one that will let you pay on terms with no down payment?
So you can whittle these numbers down. If I just go knock doors to random doors, it's probably 5,000 people, because 4,900 of them are going to be like, why are you knocking on my door? I don't want to sell my house. Why would you think I want to sell my house? But if you have 100 people that you know have their house on the market, and you talk to 100 people, you're going to get a deal. If you go talk to 25 people that are in foreclosure, like I could go and show you guys how quickly to find somebody that's in foreclosure in 2 minutes, somebody that actually can't afford their payments. Yep. And you will go, oh my gosh. So 25 conversations usually is what it takes when somebody's actually in foreclosure. Hold on a sec. Trevious. There it is. 405 Branch Forest Way. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Thank you for being patient with me. I want to show you a number I just closed on this one. And it addresses that exact situation where somebody says, well, what about houses that are going over value? All right, check this out. This is so good. Ooh. Okay, first and foremost, when did I buy this house? I'm known as the subject to guy. So this is subject to day 2/22/22. So 2 months ago, right? Roughly. What is the value of the property, guys?
$9K less.
What does Zillow say the value is? Zillow says the value of the property is $460. Okay. But how much did I pay for the property?
469.
I paid over market value. But you know what's cool, guys, is I took over the lady's payments. I took over the lady's payments. The value of the property is not the purchase price. The value of the property is what this house can do for me. Look at this house. It's a 5-bed, 5-bath, 4,176 square foot house right out of Atlanta, Georgia. What do you guys think I'm going to do with this property?
Airbnb.
This is going to be an Airbnb. Immediately, right now it's getting painted and cleaned up. Immediately, this property will net me in my pocket every single month, roughly $8,000 a month. Do I care that I paid $9,000 or $10,000 over market? Do you guys think I care? No, because the value of a property is not what Zillow says. The value of the property is what I can do with it. It's the same thing when I sold my truck on terms. The value of the truck, if I just gave it to somebody for cash, I would have gotten $3,500. But because I was willing to give somebody payments, somebody paid $12,500. Did he care? No.
And
Okay.
Zillow's not even accurate half the time.
Yeah. So here, guys, where did I find this seller? So Will.i.am says, where do I find these people? Guys, write this down. Write this down because this is going to be a constant problem in your journey. Where do I find these people? I find people that are in foreclosure. Thousands and thousands and thousands. Zach Grunner says, how do you get $8,000 a month on it?
Airbnb.
Guys, I get it. It's an Airbnb. It brings in like $15,000 a month. After my payment to the mortgage, after the insurance, the taxes, blah, 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 I end up netting $8,000.
Tell me this, Pace. Are you seeing, because we have Airbnbs too, quite a bit. We can have some in Mexico and Tulum and some other areas, but are you seeing, I think COVID helped this because more people are traveling. Are you seeing a spike in Airbnb? Some of mine are rented out 2-3 months in advance. I don't know if you're seeing that.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. And then I've actually converted a lot of mine to traveling nurses and like stewardesses and airline companies. I give them to airline companies so they can, instead of having their pilots go to hotels, their pilots go stay at a house. Yeah. Are there websites you can find those people in foreclosure? If you guys want, have Peter bring me back and I'll show you how to find these people. I'll literally have that as a topic of how to find these people. And I'll call some people, like literally in 15 seconds or less, I'll show you how to find them and I'll call them and I'll tell you the script.
We're going to respect his time. I know you got to go soon. Does anyone have any other questions for Pace? Because like I said,
bro, I missed like 80 questions in the side chat.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll rally some and get you back again. We're working on some really cool stuff. And everyone I've talked to, I told you guys about Captain JPEG too, who's done billions in business, that was just on our spaces, and all the people that we've had in the past. And the best form of validation is when other massively successful entrepreneurs and real estate people build up and say, you have to talk to Pace. So I knew he was the real deal the second I talked to him, because everyone else was vouching for him. So I'm excited to continue to bring him here to give you guys value. I've been very, very fortunate at a younger age, because my parents got into real estate, to almost borderline Pace, be obsessed with it. And I still haven't found anything else that I like the most in terms of passive income, predictable income, consistent income, building something that can create consistent generational wealth for families. It's just, there's lack of knowledge out there. There's so much information. People get overwhelmed and confused. There's so many so-called experts who aren't actually even doing it. You know what I mean? So that's why I appreciate what you stand for and what you're doing. And what I was going to say with this is, I knew from the second I talked to him, guys, he is a giver. You can tell. He's not like, what can I get? He's like, what can I give? And that's why he's been so successful. He is a giver. Value first. That's why you have such raving fans.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, man.
And any of my students that are in here, they know that to be true. I spend a lot of time with my people, and instead my thought is like, oh, you have a question about how to find these people? Instead of me just giving the website, I go, hey, how about I show you how to do it, and I do the work for you so you can see how it's done? Because that's how I am. I'm a monkey see, monkey do type of learner. I want somebody to show me how to do it. And it stresses me out when I watch other educators go, yeah, go to this website and do this and do that. And it's like, bro, like they won't do it. You
Yeah.
got to walk people through the education. You got to show them exactly how to do it. Right.
They're looking for you in the back. I don't want you to be late. Are you recording your show again today?
Oh yeah. Every day, Monday through Friday, 12 hours a day. It's crazy.
Every time we've talked or every time we've texted, I'll hit him up. He'll hit me back and he'll always send me a video. Hey, I'm on set. Hey, I'm on set. Hey, I'm on set. Hey, I'm on set. That never stops,
crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Oh, I love it.
Bro, I would love to come back. You guys name the topic. If you guys want me to show you how to find these opportunities, I'll just show you guys how to do it. Give me like on the next time I come back, give me an hour and a half, and I'll actually go through like not just case studies. We'll actually go do it. And I'll even, if somebody is daring enough, I'll even show you guys. I'll put one of you guys on the phone with a seller after I show you how to do it. I'll like get you going. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
People are like, please don't do that. That's stressful.
People appreciate you, man. Well, thank you so much. I look forward to connecting and building our relationship. I'm excited to bring this knowledge to all of our game changers and our crew. And trust me, these are the cream of the crop 1% of most people who don't take action. These actually are the action takers. So you're dealing with a pretty savage group right now.
These are the people I want to hang out with.
For sure. So cool. Any other questions? Show your love for Pace below. I'm going to let him go because he's going to probably keep giving value. I know he has to go back to set. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your time, for your value, for who you are. And I'm so glad we connected, man. I'm so glad for Cody connecting us and
thank you, Peter. I appreciate it.
Build our
one last thing I'll say is that speaking of being a giver, so next week I have the whole week off of set, right? They call it a dark week where we're not filming. So what Jamil and I are doing, Jamil is my co-star on the TV show. We're jumping in a plane and we're going to fly to Idaho. We're going to do a meet and greet in Idaho. So if anybody's in Idaho, come. I'd love to meet you. It's going to be in Boise.
Okay? Oh, Brian's in Boise. Wow. He's excited.
Brian, come see us. Come meet with us. We don't charge for this stuff. We book out a venue. We pay for food and drink. And all we want you to do is meet other real estate professionals in your local area and just vibe. You know what I'm saying? Then we're flying to Houston on next Wednesday. Then we're driving to Austin. Then we're driving to Dallas. And we're going to be doing meetups with hundreds and hundreds, if not maybe a couple thousand people. So if you guys next week, you want to just track what we're doing, it's completely free. We don't charge for any of this stuff. There's no like pitch or no like, hey, I'm trying to get you to sign up for anything. Don't sign up for anything. Just come hang out and meet other real estate professionals in your local geographical area and let us be the lubrication, like getting you guys all together and in the same room. We order taco trucks. We order like pizza. We do all the things. It's a lot of fun. So next week we'll go Boise Monday, Houston Wednesday, Austin Thursday, Dallas Friday next week. Just follow my Instagram stories for the details of like the addresses and stuff like that.
And it's at Pace Morby, right? Simple.
At Pace Morby, yeah.
Go show him love. Appreciate you, man. And this is not the last time he'll be on. I promise every single one of you guys.
Bro, what's the name of the person with R Haslett 22? What's your name?
Rich.
So Rich just said something else that I'm doing crazy. I'd love for you guys to follow me along on this. I'm doing this for free. I'm moving my family. I did this like sweepstakes thing where somebody like out of 4,000 people that entered the sweepstakes completely free, I announced the winner of the sweepstakes on stage last week at Cody Sperber's event. And what the winner gets, her name is Robin Hurt. She gets 30 days of a partnership with me where I move my wife, my kids, and myself away from my business into her hometown. And I dedicate my life to her for 30 days. And I build her real estate business for her for free. And then I get Airbnbs up and going. I get cash flow for her. And then I leave and I'm gone. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing the world like, hey, this is how you do it physically. Instead of me telling you to go read a book or watch a video, I will show you how to do it. Okay. So, the only people that are going to be able to watch it are going to be people that are in communities like Peter's, communities like Jamil's, communities like mine. And so we're just going to have like private groups of people because during these challenges, I'll be calling sellers and raising private capital and doing all sorts of things that have sensitive information with it. So I don't want it out on YouTube and all that kind of crap. So we're going to be doing that. And anybody that's in Peter's community, I'll give you guys access to the live stream for 30 days straight. You guys can see every nitty gritty detail that you won't even be able to consume because it's so many hours of straight 30 days of content. So,
but that's raw. That's like raw content. Like that's
raw content. You're going to be seeing me eat a sandwich and like picking my nose and go, hey, I got to take a leak. Like you're going to see all that stuff.
We like it. We like the raw and authentic Pace.
Yeah.
Dude, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so
Thank you, Peter. I
much.
appreciate you, brother. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll hit you up soon and we'll kind of recap and figure out what's next.
All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Appreciate all you guys. Thank you.